could sit back as
Okay.
well. This is Kevin McCarthy
Sorry.
from DC. You have speed.
How you doing, Michael?
I'm good. How are you?
It's an absolute pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I think the
I
brilliance...
just noticed all these products.
I know, they're awesome.
Wait a minute, are they? Oh, I see. Are these actual Birdman products?
Wait, what are these?
You know, the Birdman.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know. Yeah.
I have to say, I think the mark of a brilliant filmmaker is someone who can allow the audience to appreciate the filmmaking aspect of a movie, but also never allow them to lose their suspension of disbelief in a film. And I think that's what Inarritu's done here and Lubezki's done here, that they're brilliant. As an actor, when you're acting in a scene that's supposed to be a continuous take, do you have to take that into your performance? How do you not let that affect the way you perform the scene?
Yeah, well, first of all, that's a good question, and the answer, I think, is that we were all in the same boat, all the actors and the entire crew, and the camera operators, and Chivo, the cinematographer, everybody, in that we all had to be spot on because you get one take. So, you know, you have all day to get it, but it is shot in such a complex way, an artful way, that you just have to figure out how to do it, and at the same time make your performance as honest as it can be. But you do that anyway. I mean, I think all actors do that anyway, I think. And so in some ways, it doesn't matter, you're just doing what you do all the time. It's just that you have the degree of difficulty.
Right.
The degree of difficulty on this goes way up because you don't have the luxury of edits or takes or several takes, so you better get it right and you better hit all the spots, you know, because there's no luxury of saying, well, I got that little piece and then they can edit in this little line here and they can edit this angle on me. So no one had that, and the camera operators didn't have it. Nobody had that luxury.
Now, I'm kind of a nerd about movie making. The sequence when you walk through Times Square is absolutely genius.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how Inarritu got that shot, because you can't technically close down Times
That's
Square.
That's right, yeah.
So how did you get everybody to be on camera, sign releases? Like, are those random people? Are they all extras? How did you do that scene?
I don't know. I was in my underwear. I just had to do the underwear part. That's a good question, because I thought about the same thing when I saw it. I knew that some were extras, and then I think there was a thing where some of the extras didn't show or something, and we had to move some, I can't remember. I think we had to move some people around, but you couldn't control the other people who are there.
Walking
you know,
through Times
they're
Square.
there. Yeah. So you get, hopefully, you get an honest enough reaction from them without somebody doing something to mess up the take, you know. I don't really know.
Now, I think one of the most brilliant lines in the film is, I believe the reporter says it to Edward Norton. She says, "You're not an actor, you're a celebrity."
Right.
And I'm wondering, for you as an actor in this business, you've been doing this for a while. I loved you. I grew up on you as Batman. Was there ever a thought process or a conscious decision of not becoming a celebrity, never ever going over that boundary? How do you choose which way you're going to go if you're an actor or a celebrity?
I can only answer for me. I don't know. I just knew what I wanted to do. I mean, I decided at some point what I wanted to do for a living. So there may have been less attention to celebrity when I started, but it was a little bit of a non-issue because I just always wanted to be good at what I did and have the opportunity to get to do things, never thinking I'd get the opportunity to do anything like this, because this is unlike anything people will see for a long, long time.
Agreed.
So I don't know. I never thought about it that much, but there's value in celebrity because, you know, it's a business. You know, so I'm sure there's value in it, and it's not like I've never thought about it, but I just don't. I don't know. I got a lot of things to think about. I don't really think about it that much.
Now, I'm a big nerd about movies. I've always wanted to go on set and see a film get shot. I'm still massively blown away by the opening scene.
Yeah.
How do they get you, okay, so it's one shot, and Lubezki's a genius, but how do they get you to be floating, and then the camera goes back, and then you stand up and walk? How do they do that?
Well, painstakingly.
Are you on a wire? Like, how do they do that?
You are on, without tipping it, you should ask Alejandro this stuff, but you are sitting on a specially made box that has to be very, very small enough, which is not the most comfortable thing on your butt.
Yeah.
And maintain enough balance, because if there's too much to remove if it's a big, big chair or anything like that in post, digitally. So you have to remove obviously some of it later. There were a lot of effects post in this. So that's basically it, but then you have to get it in a certain position. It has to be the right height, you have to be in the right position, you have to hold it and then make the step down look as though you're not stepping down off a chair, that you're just deciding to step down and walk like you do this, like you levitate all the time, you know.
It's one of the most incredible shots I've ever seen in
Yeah,
my
I
entire
know.
life. It really, really is.
He's ballsy.
Mr. Keaton, as a kid who grew up
Thanks,
watching movies,
man.
it's an honor.